Hey everyone. So I'm Ziya, and Alex introduced me a couple of times, and I would tell you that actually I'm a Bitcoiner who started a few communities, started educating people in Iran, and there are like big communities now. They've been doing all sorts of things like communities from Iran and also activists from Iran and any other Bitcoiners actually do not receive that much attention, and they have to do all sorts of things on their own. And actually, I just wanted to mention that I'm really thankful for HRF and the whole Freedom team and also Alex, which he talked about me multiple times when I was detained. And it's very good to be here with you guys. And now what I want to talk about is about digital activism and also providing internet access to users in Iran. If you don't know about this thing, so I think everybody heard about the Great Firewall of China. So I have this same thing in Iran. Sometimes it's even way worse than that. And it uses probably the same technologies too. And this trend started from around 2009 when there was this the protests, and they shut down Twitter first. So they blocked it completely because it was like used for organizing the protests and everything since 2009, and still being used for those reasons. And then they carried on with this trend. They started shutting down more and more services. Right now, it's at a point that is completely unusable. It's like you don't have like access. You could send an email. You could like search something on Google, but it's like you cannot access anything. And this is from inside Iran. So I mean, like that's what the Iranian government does. We have all sorts of blocks from outside Iran, where there's all sorts of services, including some, surprisingly, Bitcoin companies too, that also block Iranian users from just opening the websites. One of them, notably, is a blockchain explorer. I don't know why they do this. So Iranians had to take matters into their hands, and they started developing VPNs. Why is that? You may ask, like, you could just use a VPN, like, I don't know, Node, something. Well, they can buy it first, and second, these are popular VPN services that everybody knows about them. And there's like the servers, you could just find them and block them, which the Iranian government did. So none of the famous VPNs that you guys probably use will work there. So they had to come up with their own VPNs. They had to set up their own VPNs and start using it. So what happens is that the government starts censoring, and then a grassroots movement starts, and they start running the VPNs and everything. and there will be actually also new VPN tech that they will be using. So just like how the Chinese activists actually resist this, and by the way, we use a lot of the software that also the Chinese activists do, like back in the day, it was ShadowSocks and others. Nowadays, it's like something called V2Ray or something. So they use this new VPN tech. They give access to users for free. Like you could find someone who is publishing VPN servers like a config, so you could connect to the network and just get access to the internet again. And it gets a lot of adoption. There will be a lot of users, and then the government censors even more and finds out about these servers, takes them down, and this also, the cycle just moves again. So there will be also another, I don't know, technology, another VPN, another protocol that will be used. And it's like a cat and mouse game. So they have been doing this for a really long time, since 2022 and the Mahsa Amini protests. There were new ways that actually made this thing actually now kind of explosive. Now we have a lot of users who are using these VPNs for the reason that now they use methods to allow users to easily get new connections by like updating their connections and everything. And there are guides and also one-click installation. So you could run your own VPN server even if you're not technical at all, which is pretty cool. And this is actually actual data from one of the activists who actually provides VPNs for free to users. They have 1 to 4 million users per month, and the whole country is 90 million people. That's like huge. That's only the work of a single person. So you could see like these activists, they are doing like God's work. Like it's 3 petabytes of data every month going through their servers. So that's a lot of users. So you could probably imagine that this is going to be like something huge, like it needs a lot of resources. Well, not exactly. And they fuel their tunnels by using actually public donations. And like as a Bitcoiner who was I've been in this space for a really long time, I know that donations do not work. So you cannot like rely on that to provide such a sustainable service. So what they did is that they actually figured out a smart way to self-sustain this. So they give low latency, more premium servers to some, and they sell it to them. So some users will purchase it, and that fund gets used to buy more infrastructure, get more servers and everything, and deploy for more and more users to use. And this model is working really great now. There's multiple teams who do these kind of things, and they either receive aids and donation, or actually they also sell privately to some users. And Bitcoin is very important here because they do all of this through usually Bitcoin and crypto. So I have something here. I just loaded one of the donation pages. By the way, they put the link in their Twitter bio. So this is like, you probably can't see it, but it's just like I clicked on a bio of someone on Twitter, and it's like addresses here. And here's another one. So I actually want a list of addresses. And for the privacy folk out there, this is not good. And that's what I'm going to actually talk about now. So they are depending, these people who are actually giving access to millions of users are depending on very, very vulnerable methods to actually fund their project. So they either receive, like, let's say, Bitcoin or, I don't know, USDT or something. And some of them also use Lightning. And it's not much. It's very few transactions because it's not widely accepted. But it does get used. So I put it there, but you could just do not pay attention to it. It's just like it's as if it's not non-existent. So they receive Bitcoin, they receive like other crypto, and then when they receive it, they need to actually make this into cash somehow. So they would like buy the servers, right? So to buy the infrastructure, to fund the whole operation. What they do is that they either send it directly to an exchange, or they use some kind of a swap service. And that's like the swap service, that's the most clever people out there that they do this. A lot of them, they don't do any kind of like obfuscation in between. And when I actually did a little bit of research, I did see their addresses, just as you saw on my phone. I took a look, and it was like, they are leaving some serious footprint. And even if they're not leaving a serious footprint of themselves, when they use, like, let's say, swap service, if that swap service gets hacked or the data gets leaked somehow in the future, then their destination of the funds will be public then. And they will experience some serious consequences. I know, like, some of them not entirely, I don't know, maybe not entirely related to Bitcoin. I know that some of them got in jail. Some of them actually just recently got out. And that shows how expensive it could be for them and how serious the consequences could be. And I put CoinJoin here because it was interesting. After the Samurai Wallet guys and what happened to them, we were actually curious about like if the activists were, how much usage there was for CoinJoins with activists. And there was some usage. So they were using actually Whirlpool, and some of them did use Wasabi. And they said that we felt much more comfortable when we used CoinJoin, so that our data, it won't like get leaked in the future because like, I don't know, our server gets hacked or something. And now it's kind of non-existent, right? So it's like very few community servers with very low liquidity exist for CoinJoin. And this is actually some serious condition for them, because like these people are relying, a lot of people, millions of users in Iran are relying on these activists to provide them internet access to circumvent the blocking and the filtering and everything. So what do I need? Why am I here? So I wanted to tell you about how important it is to have the privacy for these people, and be it with like reviving CoinJoins, be it with, I don't know, cashews and mints, in any way that could help these people obfuscate, so they would be able to continue providing these digital lifelines. They would continue to fund their operations with Bitcoin, and we actually reduce the situation of like privacy right now on Bitcoin, like the serious situation that we have actually for privacy on Bitcoin. So that's why I'm here. That's why I wanted to tell you about the story and what happens, and you guys like know more about like what's going on in Iran. And by the way, I usually create content, not very updated regularly, but on my YouTube, I put it like there's a lot of people like this one is like I think for Lightning, or this one is about how to use Samurai or privacy stuff in Persian. And you can contact me through these methods. So please, anyone who has ideas, who has projects that could help these people, and I know like the cashew guys and also other like mints did have some cool ideas. We should probably explore that in the future. So hit me up, please, and let's talk about this and let's help them. Thank you.